Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. The first block parameter only fork goes live on Ethereum. ADI chain goes live on ZK Sync's Elastic Network. 1inch introduces Aqua Protocol. And Rainbow announces the Rainbow Token Community Sale. All this and more starts right after this message. This episode is sponsored by Archive, an Ethereum-aligned data layer for Web3. Archive merges guarantees of blockchain with the performance and flexibility of traditional databases. Find out more at archive.network/daily. The first block parameter only fork went live on Ethereum mainnet on Tuesday morning at block number 239-75796. The lightweight fork, introduced by EAP7892, solely adjusted two parameters, increasing the blob target from 6 to 10 and raising the maximum blob limit from 9 to 15. The expansion of blob capacity is a key adjustment for reducing Layer 2 transaction costs. Blob parameter-only forks are designed to balance the bandwidth constraints of solo stakers with the growing data availability needs of Layer 2 networks, enabling more scalable blob transactions. The next BPO fork is scheduled for January 7th, which will further raise the blob target to 14 and the maximum blob limit to 21. ADI chain, an EVM Layer 2 network powered by GPU computing, is now live on mainnet. The launch also includes its native gas token, ADI. ADI chain is built on ZK Sync's Elastic Network, leveraging Airbender, ZK Sync's RISC-V-based ZKVM. Airbender is designed to support future cross-chain and modular interoperability. Backed by leading UAE institutions and regulated by the UAE Central Bank, ADI chain will host the first dirham-backed stablecoin developed by First Abu Dhabi Bank and IHC. ADI chain aims to serve as a compliance-ready platform designed for institutional and real-world asset-regulated digital infrastructure. 1inch exchange introduced Aqua Protocol, a shared liquidity layer designed to solve capital fragmentation and unlock dormant value in DeFi. The protocol allows a user's assets to power multiple DeFi strategies simultaneously from a single wallet, creating a multiplier effect for liquidity and shifting the focus away from locked liquidity. The protocol is self-custodial, meaning assets remain in the user's wallet, only being pulled and returned in a single atomic transaction when a trade executes. A developer release, including an SDK and documentation, is now available for experimentation. A full user interface is scheduled for a public launch in early 2026. And lastly, Rainbow announced a public community sale for its Rainbow token, leveraging the CoinList platform. The sale is scheduled to go live on December 11th at 5 p.m. and will be open to both US and non-US users. Last week, Rainbow announced a new Class F share class that grants the Rainbow Foundation a 20% equity stake in the company on behalf of all Rainbow token holders. The TGE date is yet to be announced. In other news, ENS hits 30 million active domain names, and US banks are now allowed to buy and sell crypto on behalf of users. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.